Today is a little bit of a change of pace. We're not gonna be working on any of the projects. Today I'm actually gonna be driving two of the quickest production cars in the world, the Dodge Demon and a Camaro ZL1 1LE. Yeah? Okay, Axel, have fun. So, yeah, let's do it. That is a nice sight. We have two of the craziest cars I've ever witnessed right in front of me. Camaro ZL1 1LE and a Dodge Demon. I started off this video by saying these are two of the quickest production cars in the world because the Dodge Demon is the quickest to 60 in the quarter mile, right?
Correct.
And then the Camaro ZL1 is like the 10th quickest around the Nürburgring, which is still pretty damn fast. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy going from a Miata to these things. The Camaro is Brandon's. The Demon is Brandon's dad's. Some of you guys might remember Brandon from the G8 that he owns. I'm currently standing underneath it. Yeah, it's a little dirty, but he upgraded a little bit. The 400 wheel horsepower G8 is now his winter daily. That's great. I think we're jumping straight into it by driving the Demon. Let's do it. This is actually my first time ever being in a Challenger.
It's big.
Yeah, it is very big.
You just see
the hood is so huge. Yeah, that is ridiculous.
We only have 808 right now, but if I press this high octane button.
Ooh, yeah, we do have the high octane, the, what is it, 100 octane?
Yep, it's 100 octane that's in it.
840 horsepower. It says the big old 840 right there. I kind of forgot, but it reminds you. 0 to 60 in, what was it, technically 2.3 seconds, right?
Yeah,
I think.
Technically.
Quarter mile, like 9.9.
Yeah, the fastest stock Demon has gone 986.
986. To feel the nice body roll.
Yep.
Oh boy, oh boy. It's definitely not the ZL1, that's for sure. Nope. Oh my god. The brakes are good.
Yeah.
And yeah, that really pulls. The only fast car I've ever ridden in our boosted cars, which the power delivery of like a turbo 4-cylinder is so different than a big V8. It's like you wait, and then it just kicks in all at once, whereas this is just always fast.
Yeah, it pulls from 2,000 RPM.
Yeah. All the way up to what? 5,000?
6,500, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
It revs, I mean, they both rev to 6,500. That's the interesting thing.
Okay.
This actually revs higher than the Hellcat. The Hellcat redlines at like 6,100 or 6,000 or something like that.
Range 75.
Yeah, we got 75 miles on half a tank.
Half a tank. Oh, when it gets traction, it feels much better.
That was third
that
gear
was crazy.
at like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, let it.
The gearing is incredibly short as well.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it takes like, it barely hits like 62 in second gear or something.
Wow, that's like the Miata.
I know.
That's ridiculous. How many, is it a 6-speed? 7-speed?
8-speed.
8-speed,
Yeah,
wow.
it's an 8-speed auto, which is extremely quick.
Yeah, it did shift like that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Watching the speedo climb is
yeah, it's fast. You get into a lot of trouble with this thing. It is fast.
So you start really getting into the power.
Yeah. It's good that the brakes are that good because you get going so fast.
Yep, that's the interesting thing. The brakes, they actually downsized from the Hellcat. The Hellcat's
Really?
6-piston front calipers. They downsized the brakes for weight savings.
Okay.
But still stops harder than a Hellcat only because of the tires.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So the tires, I mean, you get so much grip in both the front and the rear that it's like kind of, it doesn't really
Unless
matter.
if you have the skinnies on.
Yeah,
that'd be a
yeah,
little scary.
That's something I don't want to try.
Yeah, definitely not.
I
Yeah, wait, how heavy is this car? It's like,
4280.
that's ridiculous.
First gear.
Yeah, no traction. How many times have you ridden this thing?
Oh.
Zero? Once, really?
Once when my dad picked it up. I don't know why, but he always wants me to drive. So
Really? I wouldn't complain to that.
no, I don't complain at all. Absolutely not.
So I was gonna say this is the fastest car I've driven, but considering it's literally the fastest production car in the world, it's definitely the fastest car. It's kind of obvious. Oh my god. That is
Keep going.
insane.
I mean, this is a car that you can drive to work every day.
Yeah, even in eighth gear right here, nice and comfy, super big, roomy, AC.
Yep, 71 mile range.
Yeah, we already went down 4 miles, even though we've definitely not gone 4 miles. This probably isn't a dual clutch, right? This is technically a...
This is an automatic transmission with a torque converter.
Okay.
It has a higher stall torque converter than the standard Hellcat.
Right, okay, that makes sense. That time I actually took it all at a red line. Last time I did not. This thing's almost too fast for the street. It's ridiculous.
I think it is. So they did beef up the drive shaft. They beefed up the transmission. A lot of Hellcat guys are actually swapping to Demon drive shafts because it's a factory Mopar part. We actually have a friend who did that. So they put a more beefy 3.09 instead of a 290. No, it's a 276 or 272 or something like that. Is in the Hellcat.
Wow,
So it's a
shortened the
lot
gearing
shorter.
A lot. Wow,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why, I mean, it barely hit 60 in second gear.
Yeah.
It's all oriented for acceleration. It doesn't
What
have
is
8 speeds.
technically the top speed? Do you know?
So people have, technically the top speed based off the tires is 168 miles an hour.
Okay.
But there was a video, no one's done a full top speed run. This guy had a 2 mile straight, and so he accelerated in the 2 miles, and I think he hit 203 miles an hour. But keep in mind, that's only in 2 miles. So he did not have enough.
Wait, 203?
203 miles an hour
Damn,
in 2 miles.
the speed only goes to 200.
Yeah, that's what surprised me too, because I know it can do faster than 2. And again, you need a lot more space than just 2 miles to be
Yeah.
able to safely and like really get into it and do it. Because he wasn't, you know, wide open throttle the whole time just to, you know, preserve. For the first couple gears, you don't really need to be.
Here we are in traffic, in our Demon. It's really comfy, actually. This
It is, yeah.
the most comfortable car I've driven in a while.
It is, and it, especially, yeah, for a car, it's just, you just sit here and it can enjoy yourself and like.
Yeah, it's actually really nice. It's so funny because like I'm so used to driving a 29-year-old Miata as a daily, and then Audrey's car, which is still 15 years old. So this thing feels super luxurious, even though it's not a luxury car. It's
Yeah,
it's a Demon. Like,
It is true, yeah. We have plans to basically E85 and pulley, and we're shooting for like 850 to 950 to the wheels.
That is ridiculous.
And it's so, that's just from 2 mods, and those are 2 bolt-on mods. Those aren't even like,
yeah.
you know, big engine mods. And I mean, I know Hennessy's put a 4.5 liter supercharger on their Demon.
Oh my gosh.
And that's how they ran a 9.1.
Okay.
They ran a 914.
I feel really cool driving this car.
Yeah, it is so wide, like just with the fender flares and everything.
Oh my gosh. That is so fast. So this is like 5th gear. I can just kind of roll into it and like, holy shit, that's
Just
already
watching,
so fast.
just watching
Yeah,
the
that Jeep just
like,
goes, "Phew."
yeah, and you were like, what, half an hour?
Not even.
Like, yeah, it's like insane. And 5th gear, you could have been in like 3rd there.
Yeah, I was at like 3,000 RPMs.
Yeah. And then of course, if you want the AC directed into the intake to cool down the intake.
You can do that?
Yeah, so listen to it. So if you put it into drag mode,
Okay.
you can
All
hear it.
AC did. Oh yeah, you can hear that.
When we were on the dyno, it did prove to produce another like 25 horsepower. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it's...
Wow. Okay, so this is 500 horsepower mode here. That feels so slow. I mean, it's still pretty fast, but it does feel really slow.
It's sad, but
That's hilarious.
when 500 horsepower feels now slow.
Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. That's so much faster.
I was gonna say.
The addicting. I just want to keep doing it.
I know, it's so stupid. But this is such like a, I mean, it's just like, it's a car that doesn't make sense, and it like, there's no part of it that like makes it so that it should, like, doesn't make sense to exist.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that it does.
horsepower production car.
Yeah.
Super comfortable, super fast. It's awesome. I never thought I would say this, but this Camaro now feels so tiny and like low after driving or riding in the Demon. It's crazy.
We're like touching elbow.
I know.
Like we have to touch but it just, that's part of the reason why I wanted you to drive the Demon first.
Yeah.
Because of such the like how that feels so normal compared to this.
I think the biggest difference is just how low the seat is compared to in the Demon. That's nice.
That's actually more of a cold start than I just thought.
Yeah, I feel so much lower in this seat.
Yeah, and it's.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness,
Definitely.
that's so much different than the Demon.
Yeah.
Man, this thing is so stiff compared to the Demon.
Yeah,
It's so crazy.
I mean-
I like it because I like having like stiff race car kind of
Oh yeah, it is, but it
It's
doesn't.
cool.
It still doesn't feel like.
It's not
bad.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and I mean, I could just like glide around these turns at the speed limit and just not care, and they just bolster so well.
Yeah, the seats are
a
awesome.
lot smaller.
So I'm gonna like this more than the Demon. Oh, still zero traction. And it's still really fast, so.
Yeah, it's just, and it is a lot more dramatic. You know, you're just yanking.
Yeah,
gears.
rolling through the gears is so good. And like this one, you can go around corners and not feel like you're gonna die. That's really good. You kind of get to like a certain point where like things are just fast.
Yeah,
Even though it's 200 horsepower difference, they both still just feel absurdly fast.
Yeah, I feel like the Demon makes you feel that power a little bit better. This is just such a stiff chassis.
Yeah, in the Demon, you floor it and the entire thing like lifts up and
yeah,
like it's crazy, whereas this thing is just super planted.
It's faster in every way than the last generation Z28. And it weighs 400 pounds less, and it still has air conditioning and a radio, which is kind of screwed over Z28 owners.
Yeah.
Like,
But they do get the yellow stuff, which is cool. I will say I'm probably more excited to drive this car than the Demon. Even though the Demon's like probably more special than this, but I just
they're only
myself
making
a nice stick. First thing you notice, you'd think the clutch on a 650 horsepower, 6.2 liter supercharged V8 would be heavy. Nope. My Miata has a heavier clutch than this. Well, that's just because this is, I'm sure, a big transmission, so it's probably a big clutch, so you don't need it to be.
It's a TR6060. It does have
super easy clutch. That's so nice.
it does grab high, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah. Oh, whoa!
What?
The heads-up display. That's so cool.
Oh yeah, you can adjust
It looks
that.
like
so
there's I've never driven a car with that.
is
It's
it
so
like
fancy.
if it's not?
No, it's like perfect. It
Oh,
looks like
okay.
there's my Speedo's on the road. That's so fancy. That was pretty fast.
Oh, you used the building.
I did. That was pretty awesome.
Oh, this bump you'll feel. This one right here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, those brakes are nice.
Now we just need a blue Mustang. We got red Demon, white Camaro.
Oh yeah,
Mustang.
that'd be cool. That'd be
would
really cool.
Like a GT350.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fast. Holy shit. And it's really easy too.
Yes, it is.
With the flat foot shifting and everything.
When the tires were cold when I was driving it, you felt how much more it spun too.
Oh yeah,
once
no, that hooked up in first
these
gear. Right
tires, these are amazing tires. That's another thing that I should bring up. Goodyear developed them. They're the Eagle F1 supercar, whatever they are. They're whatever Goodyear's Max Performance tire is.
That is that. Demon obviously super fast, crazy in a straight line, and the ZL1 obviously handles really well and is also really fast. It's so different, it's so awesome. Thank you again to Brandon for letting me drive these things. If you're wondering which car I liked more, I like the 1LE more. It's obviously not as fast in a straight line, but it still is really fast in a straight line, and it's stick shift and it handles so well. It's the kind of thing I like. I like cars that handle and are super responsive, hence why I have a Miata. The Demon was still really awesome, but it's not as awesome as the 1LE, I think. I'm glad I got to do this. This is a nice change of pace. This gives me motivation to finish the truck because I want an 8-cylinder. It's a very different 8-cylinder because it's dual overhead can, small displacement, but it's still an 8-cylinder.